Oh, Taxman? Well, there is a game called Taxman. But Wall Street Kid, yeah, I think that's the game I meant. I think I meant to say Wall Street Kid, but I said Taxman. And then coincidentally, there was a game called Taxman. So, yeah. Oh, like when did I figure that out? Probably years. No, that's true. It's a real game, but I thought Taxman. I was just whatever. I was drinking Rolling Rocks and stuff, so it was like it was. Yeah, and I said the wrong name. I said Taxman, but it was years later when I figured that out. So it must have been sometime after the YouTube started, after probably by episode, I don't know, who knows? It must have been like when I figured that out. It was much later, yeah. What you got? Probably my favorite game ever is probably Zelda: Link to the Past.
Now this is going to seem cliche because mine is The Legend of Zelda on NES. I grew up playing Atari, but oddly enough, my favorite video game of all time is Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. Beat 'em and eat 'em.
Beat 'em and eat 'em, yeah. Alright, who's got some else? What you got?
What's your favorite video game soundtrack? Favorite video game
There's a lot of good ones. I really love the soundtrack to the Castlevania games, the early ones. All of them, really. Most of them have really good soundtracks. But I think my favorite, if I was to really get specific, I think the first stage in Super Contra is really good.
Mega Man 2 soundtrack.
That's a good one, yeah.
I don't think this counts or what you meant, but I got to give a shout out to the Grand Theft Auto Vice City soundtrack. But I think for me, Streets of Rage 2, I love that soundtrack. And going back, I also like Kangaroo for Atari and Jump Hunt. So.
What thing in the Godzilla video? It was Skunked, but I just made it up. I mean, it was kind of like, I don't know, like just some made up word. So, yeah. To revisit them? Yeah, I mean, most of those games I'd rather not revisit, but I mean, I think all of the major ones that I wanted to do, the ones that I wasn't satisfied with, that I could have gone further with the game, I've already done most of those, so I don't know, maybe in a while, maybe I'll start going back to some other ones, but there's so many other games I haven't done that I'm probably mostly going to be doing, games I haven't done. Like, was the turning away or the drinking the cover up? Yeah, it was a really long take. Like it was unusual that I would have done something like that. But yeah, every time whenever I forget, because I had a script, which the script is in the video. It's like you can't see it, but it's on the screen that's next to me on that computer screen. But I'm not looking at it, so I'm just memorizing it and I'm basically improvising it in my head. And then whenever I would get stalled and I just, I'd get stuck, I would just take a swig of beer. And yeah, exactly. So. Scariest games I ever played. The Sonic one where the hack of the original Sonic. Yeah. Scariest games. I don't know. I mean, games nowadays can be way scarier than they used to be. But I remember when Doom was pretty scary when it first came out, so yeah. I'm a little desensitized to everything now, but Silent Hill, yeah. I remember the original, the first 3 Resident Evil games, I remember those, and it was, you know. Somebody else got something? Hey. Of all the games I've reviewed, that I've liked the most. Okay. It's just, so I said my favorite game was Link to the Past. My favorite game that I've reviewed. I forget. Did you remember off the top of your head? Like, what were some good ones I did? Did you got? Well, yeah. I think Castlevania 4. It was in a compilation of Castlevania videos I did. I think Super Castlevania 4, Super Nintendo. Off the top of my head, there might be another one, but well, the Zelda Timeline episode, yeah, maybe if you can't. Link to the Past is mentioned in there, but you know, it's not really reviewed. Okay, so hey, what's up?
What is your guilty pleasure game?
What is my guilty pleasure game? No, I'm thinking maybe there's an LJN game, Royal Rumble on Super NES, and I remember it's like, it can get really monotonous. You just throw the guys against the ropes and you just keep, you know, doing the same moves over and over. That grappling thing goes on forever, but I used to love that game, so I don't know, maybe that's a guilty pleasure. Hey.
You shit on a lot of things in your videos. What do you use for the shit effects?
The shit effect, what have I used for the shit effect? It's peanut butter, chocolate syrup, chunky peanut butter. You gotta have chunky peanut butter. Yeah. Sometimes flour, other things you could add to the texture, but you know, really, it's like the main ingredients is a chocolate syrup and peanut butter. Oh, okay. Of all the games I've done, like which ones would I be interested in seeing a fan like ROM hack of, seeing it like redone, like seeing it fixed? I mean, I guess the obvious one is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. See how could that be fixed? But I almost feel like I don't want to see that fixed because that's the way that game always is to me. Yeah, like imagine just fixing the game. Probably any game I've ever done, I guess. Yeah. Is there any that I wanted to do that I didn't? Like any that are on the waiting list, or just that just aborted them, just didn't do them? Yeah, actually there was a Micro Machines, I remember it was one off the top of my head. Micro Machines, it was an unlicensed game on NES. And I remember I wanted to do the whole video in you know, the commercials, like you know, the Micro Machines with really fast voice. So it was gonna be the fastest nerd video ever because I do it in a really, really fast voice. But the game wasn't really that bad, so it didn't really work. There wasn't enough to say about it.
Because of your love of like the horror genre and whatnot, has there ever been a thought of doing like a Twilight Zone type episode where everything's reversed?
Ever thought of doing a Twilight Zone episode where everything's reversed, like a twist?
Like instead of it being a crappy game, all of a sudden it's awesome. Like,
oh, okay.
Flip it on its head. Sort of
yeah, so take a nerd episode and do like a twist where the game's good. I'm trying to think how I've done it so far. Because, yeah, with Mario 3, it was like the game's good, starts off the game's awesome, and then the game's the devil. And then Ninja Gaiden was the game's good, but then it's hard as balls. There was in the Bible games too, one or the Noah's Ark game where it's like, oh, this game's gonna suck, but then all of a sudden the game is good. So I've done it in some ways. So I don't know, maybe you'll see it you know, continue to be done in other ways, I guess. Oh, well, he's been telling me about that one, Aquaman for GameCube. Yeah. Oh. or in the Akari Warriors episode, how hard was it to like continue reading off the script without laughing our asses off, basically? There is, on the last DVD, there's a big outtake video of that, but yeah, it was hard. Yeah, it was, I don't know, like for some reason that one video, we were just, it just happens, you know, you just start laughing. Yeah.
How did you come up with the idea of Bullshit Man?
Oh, Bullshit Man. It was like making him a character or just the show in general?
A character.
See, well, the show started, and then eventually, when the show started, it was almost just the same as the nerd. It was the same voice, you know, I didn't change my voice or anything, but it was ranting about just generic stuff. And then eventually it got kind of confusing where it was like, well, wait, am I the nerd in those videos, or am I just me, or like what is it? It's just some kind of extension of it. And then I decided, well, it needs its own character. It needs to be like, distinguish it. Okay, there's the nerd, then there's Board James, and then there's the Bullshit Man. And they're all the same kind of thing, but they're just different divisions of it. And then I just thought, okay, well, now that I'm the Bullshit Man, what does he look like? So I had a lot of time to think about it. And then I used all that time to come to the conclusion that he's just a man with bullshit on his face. So, yeah, just so much bullshit happened to him in his life that eventually he became bullshit. Yeah. How did Shitpickle come about? That was yeah.
We were at a Wendy's one day, and we were eating a burger, and there was a pickle on the burger, and we were having a discussion about The Wizard of Oz 3.
The Wendy's at 11th and Spruce in Philadelphia, that is the birthplace of Shitpickle. It was, well, we were coming up with characters for the Wizard of Oz spook we were doing, and in every Wizard of Oz movie, Dorothy had some weird kind of sidekick, and well, first it was a dog, first it was Toto, and then in Return to Oz, it was this chicken, and then we always joked, well, if there was a third Wizard of Oz, who would the sidekick be? And we decided it would be Shitpickle, 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 Shitpickle. Is there any more screenings of the movie in Pennsylvania? There may be, so keep checking in. They might go sold out really quick, so keep checking in. I'm pretty sure we're going to have a Philadelphia screening.
Woo! Nice. Yay,
I don't think well, it was before work ever existed. It was just like college at that point. This was like 2001.
We made videos in college together, but it wasn't work, you know? We made a video called It Came From Beyond the Toilet, where James had this monster shit all over me, but that wasn't work, you know? I didn't really start working for him until Godzilla on, I'd say. Yeah, I had James play the creator of Mario, or not the creator of Mario, but his landlord, like Miyamoto's landlord. And James, it's on the website, you can see it. It's called The Alternate History of Mario.
Yeah, because that was back in college. Mike was one of the first people I remember to have an Atari Jaguar and a 3DO. And I was like, who the hell has that? So, yeah. The inspiration for monkey cheese, I have no idea. I bored him, I guess. I don't know. But we were just coming up with characters one day. How soon? Okay. So we'll one more? Okay. We'll do one more. So I think, let me get somebody. I don't think I got you before, yeah. Oh yeah, you know what? And this is the first convention that Bootsy's ever been at, by the way. So this is Bootsy's debut. The first time you see the three of us. And actually, I'm sorry, it has to be the last question, but yes, I ever since, I don't think I'll ever make a Board James episode as good as the Dream Phone one again. It was such a perfect way to go out, but that wasn't meant to really be the end. It was meant to be a break, but I have a whole, like, other season of them planned out where we have all these board games picked out that we want to do, and now the series has such a great new, fresh, there's such a new fresh take on the character because now Board James is kind of a sketchy kind of guy, and like he's almost like Norman Bates. He's the Norman Bates of board games now, and you know, we don't know if he killed his friends or not, and we really wanted to roll with that and keep on going, and I have a whole yeah, like I said, a whole season planned, but basically everything just got so delayed because of the movie, and as the movie began to take more and more time, it was like, okay, I really just have to postpone this again, and I'm still planning to make them, but I just don't know when they're going to be. It's probably going to, I probably have to start on them like this fall at the earliest, so I don't know. But I'm really disappointed in having to postpone them because I was really, really excited to do more Board James episodes. It's such a fresh idea, and I'd love to keep doing them and do more. So eventually we'll get back to them. Yeah, so anyway, that's it. Thanks for coming to the 10th anniversary celebration.